Hi, I'm Lil and I'm the Species Advocacy and Policy Officer at the Bat Conservation Trust. So you might want to contact your MP about all sorts of different bat-related, environmental and nocturnal species-related things. So it might be that you grew up seeing lots and lots of bats, but you've noticed that they've kind of diminished over the years in your local area. Maybe you've seen a big campaign going on recently that you're really passionate about and want to share. Those are all the sorts of things that you can share with your MP. So, some of the best ways to keep on top of what's happening in the bat world or in the nocturnal species world is to keep an eye on the news. You might want to specifically look at the environment section in your preferred newspaper or news platform that you use, or you might want to follow quite a few people and environmental charities on social media, because that's a really good way of getting bite-sized accessible knowledge. Other ways of keeping in kind of touch with all these issues is to keep an eye out on environmental charities' websites, because most of them will provide news updates from time to time with the biggest news items at the moment. It might be good to relate it back to your personal situation, because after all, you are writing to your personal MP and they will represent your local area. So if you can relate it back to your local area, that's brilliant. If you are involved in any way the wildlife in your local area, that's even better. So if you can mention in there why you're so interested and why specifically you and not any of their other constituents, why are you so interested in it, then that will give them the motivation they need to see why you really care about this. Also include all the information you think they need to understand where you're coming from. So for instance, if you are writing to your MP because a new proposal has come up that you really don't agree with, that might affect the bats in your area, if you reference everything that you can with that proposal, that will make their job so much easier, and it will make it in turn even more likely that you will get a good response back. It's really key that you put in your home address, because most, if not all, MPs won't be able to respond to you unless they know that you are one of their constituents. So if you don't do that, what you'll likely get is a response back saying, "I'm sorry, we can't help you until you say essentially whether you're a constituent of theirs or not." When getting a response back from your MP, hopefully it hasn't taken too long, hopefully you've been able to get your response, you should be able to expect a few things from that response. It should be reasonably straight to the point, it should be quite nice and courteous, and it should hopefully address all the points that you made. They might have had to go away and do a little bit of research to come back to you, and hopefully they will have responded to any invites that you might have included in the original correspondence. If you've heard back from your MP and you're just not happy with what they've said, and if you've tried again and they're still not giving the right response, maybe they are not answering the question, maybe they're just copying and pasting the same lines to you and over again, there are some alternative routes that you might want to take. You can also try going directly to the relevant government department, because they should be able to give you a more detailed, potentially robust answer, including technical information on exactly why the issue that you're campaigning about or writing about, why it's not been dealt with in another way. So maybe you think you're not an expert on your favourite species that you are writing to your MP about. Everyone has to start somewhere. It's definitely worth having a go anyway. Your MP likely won't be an expert on that species either, but it's really important to share the information that you do have, because that can be a really constructive way of making sure that good things get done for the environment and for the wildlife species that you care about.